All right, guys, we're back with our next matchup. We have number 4, War Games, versus number 13, Flight of the Navigator. These are two movies that I remember as a kid. I remember Flight of the Navigator more than I remember War Games, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, we're not experts on these movies, but I do like Flight of the Navigator. But War Games is...
And I like War Games preferably better than Flight of the Navigator, So
we, obviously there'll be a stalemate between us if we were voting, but we're asking you to vote. So we have
War Games, starring Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy. This movie came out in 1983. This was directed by John Bedham. So kind of just an overview. They hack into a military computer trying to find new video games. They actually think that they're simulating something on the Soviet Union and actually launch nuclear war, for lack of a better word. And now they're on the onset of World War III. So now they got to try to get the authorities involved and stop this from happening, all by hacking into this computer. So, again, who doesn't love video games, especially when you're a kid? And so, trying to find something new, and it has to do with war and fighting and, someone hacking into a computer. So there's a lot of action, a lot of good stuff. And so
a lot of intrigue and
right, and then something obviously, goes fucking wrong. So
yeah, exactly.
And, I mean, it happens all the time. You accidentally start World War III, or the possibility of it. So a lot of action and good stuff. So
the movie also, just brought to my mind the book Ready Player One. This movie is featured in it towards the beginning or the middle of the book. One of my favorite books. And they also had the most expensive set built at the time. The NORAD Command Center was like $1 million in 1983.
Yeah, 83.
Wow, that's crazy. But that movie is going up against Flight of the Navigator. Flight of the Navigator, I've seen it several times as a kid. I remember just thinking how cool it would be to be flying in a ship, and then just the I don't want to say the pain, but just the feeling of like, what would you do if you were shifted into time? Your little brother is now older than you, and you don't know what's going on. It was a movie, that it was made in what year was the Flight of the Navigator?
Flight of the Navigator, it was 1986.
1986. Randall Kleiser was the director.
Yep.
And Paul Rubens, which I didn't know until I was doing the research for this, played the voice of Max, the ship, which I remember hearing compliance all the time. Every time the kid would ask something, he would say compliance, and all the cool little creatures in the ship, all little aliens. It was really, really cool. The look of it was, it was a typical 80s movie. Typical little adventure. That I had a little bit more to it with the fact that he went missing in '78, and then he shows up late, like 7 years later, and he's trying to figure out what happened. So it was kind of cool. But that movie, Flight of the Navigator versus War Games, you pick. I like Flight of the Navigator.
I like War Games, so I'm pretty sure mine's gonna win. So please place your votes in those comment sections below so we can figure out what movie's the most righteous.